here's a quick shot of what the nest used to look like, or the nest that was in the air conditioning system. Let me go out into the light here, you get a better view of it. And it was quite substantial. And I could also see where the birds were hitting against the coils, and they were causing the coils to bend, but so far so good. So that's what the nest looked like inside the air conditioners.
What? A bird's nest in your AC rooftop? Well, let me show you how I found it and the fix that I did to keep birds from entering your air conditioner. So we're on the roof right now, and we're going to remove the 4 screws that hold on the cowling, which is the top part of the Dometic air unit. And there's 2 screws in the front, and then 2 screws in the back part that hold the unit on. So just removing the second front screw. And I decided to do a voiceover through this whole video only because it was so windy that the wind was just howling through the camera. Even with the proper equipment on the mic, it was still quite bad. So we're just doing the full voiceover. So here I am removing now the third one, and we're going to crawl around to the other spot here. You really don't have a lot of room to work on your roof, so you've got to be very, very cautious of just where you are all the time, where your tools are, where you're placing all the screws that you're removing off various things. So a little challenging to work this way, but right now we'll be just taking the last screw out, and I will be removing the top. So let's keep watching. Here we go, the top is off, and the first indication that I had that something was wrong was I saw a lot of little twigs and various sticks in the bottom part of the AC unit. But what gave it away earlier in the spring, I would always notice 2 birds were flying back and forth to my RV, but I just didn't know where they were going. I thought they were trying to build a nest in my awning, but of course there wasn't enough space. So here we go, we're just looking into the unit, investigating where all the twigs and stuff are coming from, and now I'm actually seeing where the nest is. It's in between the styrofoam cowling and the evaporator coils. So here what I'm trying to do is pull out as much of the bird's nest as I could reach, but we had to do it really slowly because it was really hard. I was wearing gloves, but the fins were right where my arm is, and I was just trying to be very cautious. But you can see the bits and pieces that I'm pulling out right now, and they had a very big bird's nest in there. It was quite substantial. And just trying to clean things up, again, getting in your nose. But let's keep watching. So now what I'm showing you here is, this is really the front unit, but I did exactly to the back unit. I had so many wind challenges here that the actual camera was even blowing over. So this is an air conditioning spray that you can clean coils and air conditioners. It's available at Home Depot, Lowe's. It's just called AC coil cleaner. All it does is just foams up and makes everything nice and shiny. So just spraying a good amount of the foam from the inside. And like I said, this is the front unit, but when we were recording the back unit, the camera kept falling over. So it was exactly the same thing that we're doing. Good bit of spraying. Now I'll come around the front part and spray the other part of the coil, and you can see where the foam starts to come up pretty quickly on it. And did a really nice job. So now what I'm doing is I brought up the hose with me, and I'm just washing everything off from both sides. And this will really clean up the air conditioner from any kind of debris. But the thing you always have to do is go up and check them. I check them twice a year just to make sure that there's no mud dopplers, no wasps in there, no nests, because you do want to keep the airflow going through the evaporator and the condenser as best as possible. So we're going to go back down, and I'm going to show you the fix that I came up with. So what I've got is 3 of these pieces that I cut, and this is it's a mesh wire that's actually stainless steel, so it shouldn't rust. But so I cut 3 of them. One of them is already up on the roof that I took just to do a test to make sure that it would fit properly. So up on the roof, we'll go back up, we'll take all these 3 pieces, and I will show you how I installed them and how I tie wrapped them in. So let's go back on the roof. We'll be getting ready to pack up all these 3 pieces and head back up. So let's go back up on the roof.
So we're on the roof again. We've got the air conditioner cowling off, and the problem was the birds were going in through right here. They're really big holes, and it was just too easy for them just to go right in there and in through the impeller mounting right there, and that's how they were making the nests. So what our quick hack for this is, we've cut those pieces that I showed you before, and what we do is we just slide that right in there. Make sure it goes down tight, just like that. And you're gonna wanna wear gloves when you put this in because it is very sharp. So what we're doing is putting it down. So now you can see that we've actually filled those holes up. And what I'm gonna do is just put some tie wraps on that and hold them in place. So I'll show you when they're both done with tie wraps. So what I've done is I've got the screen in the inside now, you can see it there. I've got the tie wraps that I've tied it from, let's see if I can move back far enough and show you that. There we go. And now we're going to do the other side. It's already there, I just have to tie wrap it in place. So here we are, we've got our back unit cowling back on, and with all the bird trimming on it. So I don't know if you can see it from the side here. I'll see if I can take the camera down, and you can look right along there. Let me go to the other side, which is a little more sunnier, see if we can see it on that side. So here we go, that's a little sunnier on this side, and that's what it looks like once you get the top on. Now chances are maybe a smaller bird can get in the top, but usually that's the holes that they were using to go into the air unit. So the back one's on. Let's take a walk to the front unit. I'll show you where all the tie wraps are, and we're ready to put the housing on that. There we go. We've got them all tie wrapped. We're just going to cut those tie wraps. And this unit's nice and clean too. We touched up the compressor with a bit of black paint, made it all look nice and neat. And so there we go, we've got our front bonded onto the cowling, and all the screws down with all the bird protection out. So we're good to go, and we're heading down, calling this a wrap. This is V from A Canadian RVer. Hope you've enjoyed my video on bird proofing your Dometic air conditioners. We'll see you in the next video.